Hey everyone, welcome back to Course of Iron channel. So from today onwards, we are going to start the Tinder clone app. Okay, and this playlist is like absolutely for beginners and those who are willing to learn React Native. So in this playlist, we are going to focusing on the UI as well as functionality and animations as well. Okay. So and one more thing, those who haven't subscribed my channel, please do subscribe. Follow for more videos on React Native, and this video will be in both two languages, English and Telugu, so that everyone can able to understand. And my previous playlist Rapido clone app, I have provided the whole code in my GitHub. Please go and check out. And those who haven't watched my previous playlist Rapido clone app, I have everything explained in detail. You can go and watch it. You will get a proper idea about how exactly works Rapido functionality and all. So yeah, that's it. Without wasting time, let's start the video. So if you see here right now, I just created a React Native using React Native CLI. I just created a project, and this is the basic code which you will get by default. Okay. If you see, I haven't done any changes at all. Okay. So first and foremost thing what we have to do whenever we are going to start a project means we have to create a folder structure. Okay, right? So let's create a folder structure first. So first thing, to write a code, you have to make a proper formatting. Okay, you have to follow a formatting code structure. Okay, so for this reason, so my whole bunch of code, everything stays in src folder. Okay, src means source. Okay. So here what I'm going to do, I am going to create a folder called components. So basically what are the components, reusable code, everything I'm going to store it in components. That's it. And one more folder called screens. So what are the screens in my app contains, the whole screens code will be in this screens folder. Okay. And one more thing called utils, like a mock data, any API keys if I want to store anything, or fonts, responsive UI, sizes, everything. If I want to do anything, I'm going to take help of this thing. Okay. And after that, what else? We have a routes basically. So routing, like let's say navigation, bottom tabs, like you can say bottom tabs, everything we can store it here. Routes, navigation, everything. Okay. Stacks, nothing but we can store in this routes. Okay. And after that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a assets folder outside of this src, so that I can able to access it. That's why I just created in this assets. I'm going to create a two folders basically. Fonts, one was fonts, if I want to use any fonts, custom fonts, so that I can store in this fonts folder and I can use it. And apart from that, one more thing, images. Basically, if I want to use any images in my project, I can use it. So basically, I guess let me check components, routes, screens, utils. Yeah, these are the things we want basically. So this is a folder structure which we are following right now. So everything we are going to do it in based on those folder structures only. Okay, so nothing but let me explain you guys clearly. So if I want to use any reusable components, let's say button. So in whole UI, button remains same, right? Button is styles, nothing but. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a button here in components, and whenever I need a button, I can simply call it. Using props, I can differentiate the action. You got it right? Perfect. So let me explain it in Telugu as well. సో బేసికల్గా మనం కోడింగ్ రాసే ముందు, ఏదైనా ప్రాజెక్ట్ స్టార్ట్ చేసే ముందు, ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ మనం ఒక కోడింగ్ ప్రాపర్ ఫోల్డర్ స్ట్రక్చర్ అనేది ఫాలో అవ్వాలి. సో దీనివల్ల ఏంటంటే మీకు ఎప్పుడైనా ఎర్రర్ వచ్చినా, ఏదైనా ఇష్యూ వచ్చినా సరే, యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ గో అండ్ సార్ట్ ఇట్ అవుట్. ఓకే, ఎందుకంటే మీరు ఏ ఫైల్ ఎక్కడ లొకేట్ ఉందో మీకు ఐడియా ఉంది కాబట్టి. ఇప్పుడు నేను క్రియేట్ చేసిన ఫైల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ లెట్ మీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యూ గైస్. కాంపోనెంట్స్ వచ్చేసి, సో ఏదైనా రీయూజబుల్ కోడ్ ఉంటే కనుక ఈ రీయూజబుల్ కోడ్ మొత్తం నేను దీంట్లో స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటాను కాంపోనెంట్స్లో. సో నాకు ఎక్కడ కావాలన్నా సరే రీయూజబుల్ కోడ్, నేను ఆ కోడ్ని ఇక్కడ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు త్రూ కాంపోనెంట్ ద్వారా. రౌట్స్ వచ్చేసి నావిగేషన్. సో ఒక స్క్రీన్ నుంచి ఇంకో స్క్రీన్ ఎటు వెళ్ళాలన్నా సరే నేను ఈ రౌట్స్ ఫోల్డర్ నుంచి కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. అండ్ స్క్రీన్ కంటెంట్స్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ స్క్రీన్స్. నా మొబైల్ యాప్లో ఎన్ని స్క్రీన్స్ అయితే ఉంటాయో అన్ని స్క్రీన్స్ నేను ఇందులో అయితే క్రియేట్ చేస్తాను. యూటిలిటీస్ వచ్చేసి బేసికల్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు యూజ్ ఎనీ రెస్పాన్సివ్ థీమ్, కలర్స్, ఫాంట్ నేమ్స్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ utilities basically. So if you want to use anything, these things you can store it in utils. Okay, you got an idea, right? Perfect. Now directly starting the emulator, so we need few packages, right? Basically to use packages, we want to Install packages. Let's say what packages we are going to use means if you go here package.json, see right now dependencies are only two. By default, as I said, only React gives React and React Native, these two dependencies only. Let's say to building the UI responsive UI, we need few more packages help. So let's install that. So right now I'm using React Native CLI. If you guys are using Expo CLI also, it contains same only for packages thing, and navigation only varies. Okay, don't get confused. So first and foremost, what we have to do, React navigation. Why React navigation means, let me explain you guys. Simply click on read docs and scroll down, and there are three types: npm, yarn, pnp. It's your preference. I'm going with npm only. And one more thing, those who are using React Native CLI, follow my steps, and those who are using Expo CLI project, you have to follow these things. Okay, Expo manage, you have to install this line. But those who are using like me, like React Native CLI, you have to copy this line, open your VS Code. So let me close this package.json, and this is my terminal. If you guys are not able to see any terminal here, means right side second icon, this is the icon I'm highlighting using my cursor. Okay, click on this. It will directly open this terminal, and paste that line, install. So in the meantime, scroll down again. We have to install this line, React Native CLI and safe area context. Basically simply copy that line, and once this will get installed, simply same way paste here, enter, and same way come down. And if you are using Mac means you need to run this command, otherwise it won't work in Mac. But right now I'm using Windows, so no need to install this thing. Okay, now let me click on hello React navigation. If you guys not able to see this button, you can directly go from here also, hello React navigation. Those who are using Expo or React Native, this command line will be same. Okay, simply copy this line, paste it, hit enter. So if you guys have doubt like why we are using React navigation means, let me explain you in short. So let's say I have two screens. Okay, screen name is like first screen will be my parent screen. Consider like my first screen name is parent, and second screen name is child. Okay, you got an idea, right? Perfect. Now my requirement is like I have created one button in parent screen. Okay, perfect. We have created using some React Native component button. Okay, now on the click of that button, I want to navigate user to child screen. How can we do it? Means we need to take help of React navigation. Okay, that's it. That's the use of basically React navigation. Okay, you guys got an idea, right? Perfect. We have installed this line. So after this, let me create inside routes. Let me create a screen name called all stacks, or else route navigation, I'll say. RNFE. So I'm using a snippet React Native. This will create RNFE means it will create a React Native functional component with export command. That's it. I have already shown in my previous video which extensions I am using. Okay, don't get confused. Route navigation, and after that all stacks .js RNFE as usual. So right now what I did, I just created two screens basically in routes folder. Don't get confused. In routes I have created route navigation all stack. So what are the screens I'll create? I'm going to initialize those screen names here in this screen, and route navigation will be my entry point code. Okay, perfect. Now let's call this route navigation inside app dot. Usually right now it's in by default. React Native gives you TSX TypeScript, but let me change it to JavaScript. Simply add JS, that's it. And let's remove this code also, whole code. Simply Control plus A, remove it, RNFE. Okay, perfect. So first and foremost thing what I have to do is like I have to simply copy this. See, creating a native stack navigator, I have to copy this navigation container import line. Let me copy this and paste it inside here, navigation container, and let me copy this navigation container. Instead of view, let me paste it here. Okay, I haven't copied properly, so I'll do one thing. Opening tag, closing tag, that's it. Let me format this properly, and inside this navigation container, what I'm in app.js, what I'm going to call root navigator screen, root navigation. Okay, make sure you have to import this, otherwise it will throw an error. So what I'm doing, if you see, index.js is my initial entry point of my code. Here we are calling app.js. By default React Native calls app, okay, app.js, nothing but. Inside app.js, what I did, I just installed few navigation packages, and I have imported navigation container, and I've wrapped navigation container with root navigation, which I have created. And basically, if I click on root navigation, this is absolutely an empty function code. That's it. I haven't done anything. Okay, perfect. Now inside root navigation, if you want to use all stacks here directly, you can use it. To like why we need two screens means it's up to you. Usually I use like two screens like this, one for root navigation and one for all stacks, just to for better with understanding purpose. But otherwise, if you don't want to use all stack, you can simply delete this all stacks, and inside this route navigation only we are going to you can call this stack navigator, and whatever the screens you create, you can directly call it here. Okay, let me do it in route navigation only. Okay, simply copy this create native stack navigator. I'm right now in route navigation. Okay, paste it here and copy this const stack equal to create native stack navigator line, paste it on top of here, and simply copy this stack.navigator opening tag to closing tag, and instead of this view let me replace with this thing. That's it. Now if you see whatever the screens we create in screens folder, we have to call it here, otherwise we cannot able to navigate to other screen. Okay, make sure this is a mandatory thing, don't get confused. Okay, perfect. So now first let's create few screens here in screens folder. Let me create folders. Basically this will be my home screen, home folder, nothing but. And inside home folder we'll be having two files basically, home.js rnfe React Native functional component, and inside home I'm going to create one more file called style.js basically. So what it will do, basically UI we are going to write it here, and that particular UI styling we are going to do it in this file. That's it. This is my home folder, and after that let me do one more thing. What else? Home done, and welcome. I say welcome screen, nothing but. In the same way, welcome screen doesn't have that much UI, so I'll say I'm going to welcome.js. I'm going to create use stylings in this file only. After this I'll say splash screen basically. Splash.js. Splash screen also doesn't have that much UI, so I'm going to write stylings in this single screen file only, rnfes, so it will import style sheet also in this screen. That's it. Right now we have created three files, folders, home for home screen 1, splash screen, welcome screen. After that we'll say bottom tabs also, I'll say. So what are the bottom tabs we are going to use? We are going to take help of in this store in this folder. Okay, I'll say bottom tabs only. Bottom tab doesn't have that much styling, so I'll say bottom tabs .js rnfe. We have created 4 folders. Okay, perfect. Nothing but 4 screens we have created. And what else we have? We have a profile also, right? So let me create a profile folder also, and inside this I'll say profile.js. This is for my UI, and styles also I am going to create one file. This is my styles.js. So okay, how many right now? We have created 4 screens basically. So let's call these 5 screens in root navigation. Okay, so what will be my first screen? I'll say splash. I'm just writing order. Even if you don't follow any order in this, it's fine, because initially we'll call we can directly call any screen we want. Okay, splash, and make sure you guys have to import this. Okay, splash was done, and after that I'm doing replicating this using Ctrl+D. Okay, simply place your cursor here and simply click on Ctrl+D. Okay, it will replicate it. Now after this after splash screen, I'm going to create a welcome screen. After welcome screen, I'm going to call bottom tabs, I'll say. After this, I'll say, what else we left with? We left with home, right? Home screen. Let me replicate this other line with Ctrl+D. And after that, I'll say profile basically. And if there is any other screens also, we'll create it later. Okay. Profile. Let me change the name also. So when it comes to navigation, you have to use this name only. Make sure this name has to be proper so that you can get identified. Don't pass some fancy names or anything, so that you will other person, whenever some other person reads your code, he will get confused like which screen you are calling. So for this reason, just make a proper order. Like if you are using splash screen, means the name should be splash like it. You can pass some other name also, you can use it, but whenever you want to use that name, you have make sure whatever the name you have passed here, that name has to, you have to use it, otherwise it won't work. After that, I'll say there is a one option called screen options, and here I'll say header shown. Basically you will get an header by default. I don't want to show any header, we can directly build it later, so I'll pass it as false. And initial route name will be my splash screen. So initially whenever you open any app, you will get a splash screen, right? So I have directly called splash screen here, initial my route name. So whenever this page will get triggered, it will call splash screen. That's it, done. Our stack navigation part was done. Now before jumping and building the UI, let me install few other packages, so that these packages will help me to build a responsive UI, so that in whatever the user uses this app in any device, so that it will, the UI has to be responsive. Okay, for this reason. So first and foremost important thing, React Native navigation part was done. Next I'm going to use Axios basically for API calls. If I want to call any API, I will say npm Axios, install this, and after this I'll say async storage. Basically we can say local storage. If you guys have any idea about local storage in web development, in React Native we use async storage as a local storage. Okay, that's it. Nothing but we'll store some data on the user's phone. It's not in MB, it's in mostly KB. Okay, so it won't affect user's phone or device like that. Simply copy this line and paste it and hit enter. That's it. After this, I'll use npm responsive dimensions. I guess there is a one package available. Yeah, this is the package I use mostly in all projects basically for better responsiveness. Simply copy that line, paste it here and hit enter. After this, React Native vector icon basically. If you guys are using Expo project means no need to install this package. Okay, you can skip this part. Simply copy this line. So this React Native vector icons needs some manual installation in specific devices, let's say Android or iOS based on the OS. So let's do it for Android. Okay. So all you need to do is simply click on this repository. It will open this link like this page, and scroll down, go to Android setup. Basically, I'm not using iOS, right? So for this reason, I'm going with Android setup. If you see, they have clearly mentioned that this is recommended. We have to do it, otherwise it won't work. And if you see, I have opened Android here. If you guys not able to see here, see Android is the folder you will get if you use a React Native CLI. If you guys are using Expo means you won't see Android and iOS. Okay. In Android app I have to open. Okay, app folder also I have opened. After this, build.gradle. This is the file which we have to add some code, and this is the code they told us to add it. Okay, but if you see, if you let me show you one more thing. React Native vectors. So these are the icons which we can use, and if you see, there are a lot of icons are there, like and design and typo. These are types, you can say, like feather, font awesome, these and all. These are the, if you want to use, make sure these names has to be in where is this, here. Right now if you see material icon.ttf, right now they have two names only. So if you go with this code, it will works only for these two types, material and evil icon. But if I want to use all icons, like all mostly main icon names, means let's say material community icon if I want to use, or else if I want to use fontist icons, if I want to use font awesome 6, these and all, you have to add that also. By default manually also you can add it, but what I'm going to do is, like, I have already copied this code because in my previous project I want to use all icons. So for this reason, most important icon which mostly I use in all projects, so simply copy this code and hit enter. That's it. And don't worry, I'll provide this code in description. Okay, you can check out from there, or else I'll push this code to GitHub. You can access it from there also. Nothing but what I did means, like, I just simply added a few other names also, font names, icon names, nothing but, so that I can access those icon names. Let's say material, ionic, fontist, if you want to add fontist icon, these things and all. You can add it manually also, but I have referred this one to just to save the time. That's it. Let me close this. Done. Manual installation was done. And what else we forgot? Did we missed anything? Let me check. So till here right now, these are the packages which we have installed: vector icons, screens, navigation, safe area, responsive, React Native, React Axios, React Native Stack, and these async storage for local storage purpose. I guess right now these are fine enough. And one more thing, okay, remaining packages we'll install it whenever they're used. Okay, whenever we are going to implement that functionality, we'll install them that time. So npm run Android. Basically I'm going to run the emulator now because I have installed everything, packages and all. Now let me run the emulator. So it will take some time to initially to load and run the emulator. So I'll directly show you once emulator gets started. Okay, so yeah, finally I'm using right now my current device because, like, I'm facing some issue with my emulator. So, like, I just updated my Android Studio, and after that I'm facing some emulator issue. So that's why I have connected my real device, and just right now you can able to see my device, right? And as I said before, like, we have passed initial route name as splash, right? So for this reason, after rendering in directly it navigated me to splash screen. Right now we are in splash screen. If you can able to see the text also, splash. Okay, In fact, I can show it, show you from here also. If you see, splash, perfect. So initially what I'm going to do, there is in splash screen there is a, my requirement is like after 3 seconds or 2 seconds I want to show a Tinder icon, and I want to navigate this user to home screen or like welcome screen. Okay, just right now for purpose. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let's go to splash screen here, and here whatever I type you can able, it will reflect you in the UI. See, it's refreshing and it's reflected me. You can guys able to see it, right? Perfect. Now let's quickly get the, as I said, right, I have installed Android Studio updated. Now let's install the, like, quickly get the Tinder icon basically. Okay, I'll do one thing, I'll use this icon only. So simply copy image address and let's build the UI first, splash screen UI. So I'll say style equals to styles dot container. You can go with inline styling also, outline styling also, but in company's preferred one is like outline styling. So simply you can start using outline styling only. Okay, I'll say flex of 1 so that it will occupy the whole space, and if you want able to see visibly, you can see. Right now I have applied red color so it occupied the whole space. Let me keep red only, so I'll change it later based on the icon color. Okay, no issues. After that I'll say I want my text or whatever the child it has to be column wise center as well as align items center, row wise also center. See, right now you can able to see it's exactly in center. Okay, just try to ignore the quality because like my screen is like properly visible, but here I'm using visor basically. Let me show you that this is the visor I'm using so that it will mirror the UI in this, so that you can able to see what are the changes I am doing, and you can, it will reflect on the my device. Okay, that's the thing. So first and foremost what I have to do, I have to add a image. Before that let's change the background color also, like it's looking bit weird. So I'm using one extension, color code picker, so it will basically give me a color code. See, if you see F44259, this is the color code which they are using for background. I'll say F4429. Sorry, not 29. F44259. Perfect. Right now in visor it's showing like a bit dull color, but if you run it in proper emulator you can able to see the exact color of this. Okay, perfect. Now I want to use this icon, right? So I'll say not this, simply open it and copy image address. We need image address only, and instead of this text I'll use image. And source, basically we are using image address, right? We have to paste inside this URL. That's it. Right now you cannot able to see any image because, as I said, right, we are getting this image from network, like image address, so there is no fixed height and width, so we have to pass it, otherwise it won't take. I'll say I'll pass it here, styles dot icon, I'll say, and let me pass the style icon stylings here. I'll say let's say flex of 1. How exactly it looking, just to see. No, it's not looking, it's not showing. See, right now this is how it looking, like a app passed 100 and 100. And we can use aspect ratio also basically. Let's see, aspect ratio 1 by 1, I'll say. No, instead of this I'll say width of responsive width of 100 and responsive height of 50, I guess we can say like this. Yeah, right now it occupied my whole screen, and I'll say there is a one property called resize mode contain. Basically we say like 50 only width also, so that yeah, now it's looking perfect. It's exactly in center, and so UI part was done and you can able to see, right? Perfect. Right now it's in this visor, it looking bit weird for you, but if you try see in your emulator, it looks absolutely perfect. Okay, so okay, UI was done. What next my requirement? It's like after 3 seconds I want to navigate user from whenever user opens. Initially I want to show this screen. After 3 seconds, without clicking on any button, nothing, I want to navigate from this screen to other screen directly. How can we do it? Means navigation, basically this will get as a props. If you guys have doubt like where exactly we'll get this navigation, means if you see in route navigation, we have initiated all screens, right? These all screens by default will get navigation as a props. Okay, no need to pass nothing like that. So I'll use effect. Let me import from React, not React Native, don't get confused. It's use effect, and let me remove this. So here I'll use set timeout. So set timeout, what we'll do is like let me explain you after writing the code. I'll say 3 seconds and I'll say okay, let me do console. Hello world. Let me make my terminal up and let me reload it. Now I'll explain you. So initially if you see, it's showing this UI, and after 3 seconds I got this hello world. Now what happened? Are you getting like, see, again we'll check it. See, initially I'm not getting any console here, hello world, it's not printing. After 3 seconds I'm getting hello world. That means this block of code is waiting until how much time? 3 seconds. After this, whatever the function or logic you wrote inside this block, it will execute. So that's the thing. Use effect, what does then use effect doing here means? So initially whenever this screen get rendered, this is the first function it will get triggered. First preference wise, first it will take preference of this. After this, this. Okay, you got an idea, right? Perfect. Now instead of hello, like what was my requirement? I want to navigate him, right? Replace. Here if you guys have a doubt like replace, I'm using what does replace means. I'll tell you. In fact, instead of showing, I'll tell you. Show you the navigate. I'll use by default. Most of you guys have used navigate method only. I'll say home for right now, for purpose right now. Now see, after 3 seconds it has to navigate me to home screen. Right now I'm in home screen. You guys can able to see here home text also. As I told you, right, like why I have used previously replace instead of this. Right now I'm using navigate method. See, observe clearly, navigate. Now if I click on back, I don't know why my buttons also not working. You can check it from your end. Like if you click on back, it will again go to splash screen, which is not a expected behavior, because splash screen has to be shown once when we open the app. And if you close the after navigation from splash to other screen, if you click on back again, it has to close the app, not it shouldn't go to back screen. Okay, like splash screen. Let me explain it in short in Telugu also. So usually మీరు ఏ యాప్ ఓపెన్ చేసినా సరే ఫస్ట్ స్ప్లాష్ స్క్రీన్ ఒక ఐకాన్ తో వచ్చింది కదా, దాన్ని స్ప్లాష్ స్క్రీన్ అంటాం. ఇక్కడ మనం 3 సెకండ్స్ స్ప్లాష్ స్క్రీన్ అయితే చూపిస్తున్నాము. దాని తర్వాత 3 సెకండ్స్ తర్వాత నేను వెంటనే హోమ్ స్క్రీన్కి అయితే నావిగేట్ అయితే చేస్తున్నాను. బట్ ఇక్కడ మీరు మోస్ట్ రెగ్యులర్గా చూసినట్టయితే ఇక్కడ ఎక్కువ మంది నావిగేట్ యూస్ చేస్తారు. సో నావిగేట్ ఏం చేసిద్ది అంటే ఒక స్క్రీన్ మీద ఇంకో స్క్రీన్ని ఓవర్లాప్ అనేది చేసిద్ది, ఓవర్లాప్. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ యూస్ రీప్లేస్ మెథడ్, వాట్ డస్ ఇట్ విల్ డూ, ఇట్ విల్ రిమూవ్ ద బ్యాక్ బిఫోర్ లైక్ ప్రీవియస్ స్క్రీన్. ఓకే, it will go to directly jump into that screen only. Okay, that's the thing. I hope you got it right. Perfect. You can if you're still not able to understand, you can directly check out, just experiment this. Like just first all you have to do is like try with the replace method, after try with navigate method and click on back once you get navigate. Okay, then you can easily get an idea. Now let's see how much we have done till. So initially we are showing splash screen with icon. After this we are directly, after 3 seconds we are directly navigating user to home screen. Okay, perfect. Now one more thing left, like a few of you guys are using asking me like how to like let me show you actually, but these buttons are not working. I guess I have to navigate from here only. So right now this is my phone screen menu. Let me show you that app. Where is this app? Where is this Tinder app which we have created? Yeah, this icon, if you see Tinder app icon, it's showing right here, Tinder icon. But if you guys have doubt like how to keep the icon to the Android, means all you have to do is like go to open Android Studio. If you guys have doubt like how to open, do we need to open whole Android Studio, like whole React Native project, or what, means simply go to open your project. What I did is I just clicked on open. Okay, and in fact this is my project, Tinder project, right? In this you have to open only Android, not whole project. Okay, only click on Android. Okay, and click on OK. I have already opened Android. If you see the path also, projects Tinder, inside Tinder I have opened Android only. Okay, perfect. I'll show you how to keep the icon also. That's it. Okay, you will get an idea. Right now you can able to see the icon, right? Tinder icon. All you have to do is like just go to app. Inside the app there is a rest, right? Resources, nothing but, and on click on map, left button. If you click on this new, there is a image asset. Let me show you once again. What I did, nothing but it will initially, it will take some time. Mine are already loaded, right? So that's why it's automatically open, like opened. Inside app resource, inside resource there is a map. Okay, usually these are the icons which you can able to see. These for all devices, based on the sizes it will replicate that icon. So simply click on map, new, image asset. Usually it will open like this. See, these are the icons which we have. All you have to do is like simply open the path, and where is your icon, you have to, if you have an icon, like let me download this first. Save images. If it is possible that I can download it, yeah, I can download it. Okay, let me keep it in desktop so that I can easily view it. Instead of this much text I'll say icon. Okay, it's a PNG icon right now. Let me save it. It's downloaded. All you have to do is like open the path. What I did, nothing but I just clicked on this path. Okay, click on this path and click on this home screen. Right now the icon which I kept, it's in desktop basically. See, click on this computer icon and desktop, I kept it on desktop icon. This is the image, and click on OK. See, right now it's showing this icon, and you can minimize it, maximize, zoom in, zoom out. You can play around with this based on the size. Whatever the size you select, it will show this like this. If you can do it like this, you can do it. If you want to zoom in, you can zoom in. it's up to you. And I want, if you see, circle icons are perfect, but if for this heavy huge device icon, there is some background color green is visible, right? I don't want. So all you need to do is like simply click on background layer, color, and click on this, and you can paste a color if you want. I'll say, let me go to VS Code. We have copied that color, right? Let me copy this color code and paste it here. That's it. See, you can able to see the color code also. Perfect. Now then, if you are okay with this resize mode and all, and don't do any changes with IC these names and all, so because it's already, and make sure your icon type should be adaptive and legacy. This option has to be selected, otherwise it will throw an error. Okay, simply click on next. You can ignore these names and all, and simply click on finish. Now you can check it in your device. It will show the app icon. It may take some time to place the icon. All you need to do is like, once it is done, you need to simply click on sync project with Gradles, and if you want to generate APK means simply go to build, and here build. If you don't want to generate any key and or something like that, you can directly click on build APK. Okay, build APK. Make sure if you have a release key, then you can simply go with the generated sign key and select APK next, and you can fill these details. If you want to create, you can create, and it will generate an APK. It's easy only. You can go and try around these things. And so yeah, that's all for this video. Those who haven't subscribed my channel, please do subscribe, follow for more videos on React Native. And one more thing, I'll push this whole code in GitHub. You can go and check and use that code. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye now.